What's good, everyone? We are back with another video. In this video, we're going to react to the most accurate NFL mock draft to this date. And it goes by the guy of Peter Schrager. Now, Peter Schrager, he's pretty much an NFL insider. He goes ahead and asks GM to GM what guys they're eyeing on, or what guys do they like in the draft. And he pretty much, puts together a mock draft every year. And usually, they are pretty accurate. So while the draft is tomorrow, we might as well go ahead and check it out. And I made my own mock draft as well, so it's my last video if you want to go check that out. And yeah, I think it's a good watch. But for this one, we're gonna react to Peter Schrager's because his is pretty accurate most of the time. So starting off, obviously it's Fernando Mendoza. What if? We'll go ahead and skip around. David Bailey. He's been stamped on Bailey. Like the Bailey news going to 2 was started off from him, and he really says that the Jets they've been going after Bailey, man, and there's no intel telling them different, and that I think he thinks that the Jets are sticking with Bailey here, which it makes sense. Some juice off the edge, and if the Jets really like him, they're gonna go ahead and stick with him. So I wonder how it will go during draft time, because it might shock the world. Arizona Cardinals. Now there's been some rumors, but I never think that a team like the Cardinals would pull the trigger on this. They say Jeremiah Love going at 3. If he goes at 3, his contract would be crazy. I mean, considering compared to the other, running backs in the league that's making a lot of money, his money in terms of a running back and just being the 3rd overall pick, it would be insane. Now, if you wanted to know what I was talking about, this is a deal. If he were to go to the Cardinals, he would make $50 million a year off the bat. Pretty much $9 million a year, year 1, carrying on to 11, 13, and then year 4 at the end of his rookie deal, he'll probably be like top 3 at least, highest paid running back in the league. So that right there is amazing. If Jeremiah Love were to pull that off. Now 4, we're going Sonny Styles. Damn. I mean, I wouldn't count this out. Sonny Styles, he's a freakish athlete, man, and he's one of the smartest linebackers in the draft as well. And he believes that Robert Saleh, it'll be hard for him to leave Styles off the board, especially if a guy like Jeremiah Love goes at 3. I mean, who would he go for? Would he still like a guy like Arvell Reese? Because in my opinion, I think Sonny Styles is a better linebacker than Arvell Reese, but Arvell Reese does bring in the pass rushing upside. So he's got to make his bet, and I feel like he chooses a more complete player. And Sonny Styles, who's a freakish athlete with his size at 6'5" and 240. So here he goes, man. At number 4. To be honest, I would love that pick for Tennessee. Now the Giants, they go ahead and pick 5. At Arvell Reese, man. They said that he needs pretty much anything, man. Now I've heard some crazy things about the Giants, probably targeting Jordan Tyson at 5, like out of nowhere. And I mean, if Caleb Downs as well, that's what I've been hearing as well. But I think we'll see if he has both of those players, falling in this draft. But I wonder where. So he thinks Arvell Reese, best player on the board. Go ahead and just snag him at 5, right? Now 6, he has the Cleveland Browns staying. Now there's been some rumors. I think Peter Schrager says this as well, that the Browns have a good potential, opportunity to trade back. But in this one, he doesn't. They select Spencer Fano at 6, which is pretty rich. I get it. Fano, he's very versatile, man. Browns need linemen at any position, and this guy, he's played left tackle, right tackle, and even during the combine, he was doing some reps at center. So he's over here showing his versatility, that you can move him anywhere, man. So it makes sense. I mean, he's only allowed 1 sack in the past 2 years for Utah. So the Browns, they go ahead and select their future lineman for the future. Now Washington Commanders, they select Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate does help Jaden Daniels in the offense as well, considering Terry McLaurin, he's going to be paired with him. And Terry, he won't be there for much longer. Who knows how long he's going to be playing there for, right? but since the offense has been abysmal, as well as their defense is aging. They say, hey, let's take a top playmaker in Carnell Tate, and it pairs well with them. It really does. I feel like the Commanders, they can't do anything wrong with this pick because they need help across the board anywhere, man. So Carnell Tate will be the pick for him. So be on the lookout for him on draft night, going to Washington. Now the Saints, I feel like they can't really mess up either. They go ahead and select Caleb Downs at pick number 8. Now they do need help in the DB area as well. And Caleb Downs, he says he's most similar to Derwin James pretty much. So yeah, he expects him to have like a Derwin James role kind of over there. I like Derwin James being like a big slot guy and on defense, you know, being able to play in the box and rush the passer. He's able to do that. So yeah, he's banking on Downs to be the franchise guy over there, and I could see it. I could see it for sure. This is fun. Now this is the first trade that he has. He has Chiefs and Cowboys trading with each other. So the Chiefs in this one, they trade back. They get the 12th, but they also get the 20th pick, while the Cowboys move up 3 spots and they get the Chiefs 29th pick. So let's see if it'll be ideal on draft night. They say the Cowboys trade up for a guy like Mansour Delane, who's one of the best DBs in this class. So this guy, he is a pretty lockdown corner. I really do like him. For the Cowboys, who are in desperate need for a corner, it makes a lot of sense. And his ability to be in coverage, it's really no other, man. He was in talks with like guys like Jermod McCoy, but Jermod McCoy, he's going through another surgery apparently. And Jermod, he might fall out the first round. So we'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if Jermod McCoy was in this first round mock, because I mean, he knows a lot. He knows a lot. So we'll see. Number 10, Jordan Tyson. There he goes. They say Jordan Tyson is another playmaker that the Giants want to bring in, and they're saying at 5 would be too rich for them. But hey, Tyson goes ahead and falls to pick 10 to them anyway, and he loves the feeling that Neighbors and Tyson as the duo for Jackson Dart would do wonders for them. So, okay. In my opinion, I don't think the Giants should go offensive player, unless it's a lineman in their first 2 picks. But that's just my opinion. I mean, Peter Schrager, he knows what the Giants love and what they're going to do. I feel like they could just get a wide receiver 2 in the second round if they really wanted to. But I kind of understand, considering how the board fell. Like, I would have loved the Caleb Downs or a Sonny Styles to like fall to them, but in this mock, it really does make sense why they would select, Jordan Tyson, because, I mean, I don't know. I do like Francis Mauigoa in their situation, though. It makes a lot of sense, but he has Francis Mauigoa going to the Dolphins, who need help desperately at the line as well, because if we're being honest, the Dolphins, they tore down their whole lineup down to the studs, and if you want to build it back up, you got to build the trenches first from the ground up, and they're going to go with the remaining linemen. After Spencer Fano's been taken, they go ahead and select Francis Mauigoa at 11, so it makes sense to build their offensive line right away. While Kansas City, who just traded back, they select the one and only Ruben Bain, who's been falling. So Peter Schrager, I don't know if he's hinting that Ruben Bain is a faller, considering he was getting top 5 draft talks, even top 10. So we ought to see if he leaves the top 10 on draft night, man. But yeah, Ruben Bain, I think the Chiefs would be appreciative if he were to fall while they trade back, and being able to get the guy anyway and having the 20th pick now. So that would be really good for them. Now, we have another trade. He says the Lions trade up with the Rams, giving the Rams the 17th pick, 118th, and a 2027 second. That is 3 picks for the number 13 pick. And who he has going high is Caden Proctor from Alabama, left tackle. This guy, his size is insane. He's 6'7", 350 pounds. This is a little rich. This is a little rich for me, but apparently teams are salivating over this Caden Proctor guy because of his measurables. His tape on college, it wasn't the best compared to the rest, you know, but hey, they say Caden Proctor's a ball of clay, man. If a team's able to mold him into an elite tackle, then he could be one of the best. He could be one of the best. So this is just off pure potential and upside that I'm seeing here, that the Lions are banking on. And I mean, this team, they're supposed to be really good as well. Like, and they're gonna put their future on Caden Proctor. So we ought to see what they do on draft day if they do make that move, because I heard Caden Proctor might just go high in general. So we'll see. Ravens, they get Vega Wane, guard out of Penn State. I do like this pick. The Baltimore Ravens do need interior line, especially watching them last season where their line was atrocious and Lamar had to run everywhere, and that's leading him to get hurt. So you gotta protect your guy, man. Tyler Linderbaum also, he signed to Las Vegas, so who knows if they sign a center or they draft a center later on in the class, because there's a handful of centers they could, you know, bank on. But in this one, they choose the best guard in the class, and yeah, I think he's gonna be a real plug-and-play player, and he'll be a big difference maker for sure. None of that filet snaps, all right? So Baltimore, they don't have to worry about that no more. Now Tampa Bay, yes, Tampa Bay staying, and this has been like a favorite consensus that I've been seeing is Akeem Ezador to Tampa Bay. And I know the age thing, people have like an ick of it, but I mean, hey, you get him on his rookie deal in his prime pretty much. And I mean, he does have an injury history apparently, but he's one of the best pass rushers in the class while listing 12.5 sacks last season in his college season with Miami. So he thinks Tampa Bay, they go ahead. If they want to contend, they choose, you know, a seasoned guy like Akeem Ezador to try to pass rush for them. And I don't hate it. It does upgrade their defense, which does need an upgrade. Now he has the Jets picking Makai Lemon at 16 from USC. And usually, yeah, we see a lot of consensus. Peter Schrager in his last mock draft, he had the Rams picking him at 13. But since they traded back, the Jets, they go ahead and pick up some extra receiver help and pair him next to Garrett Wilson after selecting David Bailey at 2. And I love Makai Lemon. Makai Lemon's my favorite receiver. I think he's going to be the best receiver in the class. So the Jets, they get him at 16. To be honest, I know the Jets look to be like a yucky like landing spot and destination for him, but I mean, it is. I'm not gonna go ahead and promote that the Jets are probably gonna break Makai Lemon, but who knows? I mean, they get a QB like Geno Smith, who was really bad on the Raiders, but that line was really bad. But at least the Jets, they have a better looking line at least in terms of their tackle play. And I don't know, Makai Lemon, I feel like he's the type of guy you just give him the ball, even in short area, like he's gonna make some magic happen. I'm just really high on him, so I think this is really a good pick for the Jets in the long haul, you know. And here we go with 17 with the Rams. Since they traded back, they say they go Kenyon Sadiq to the Rams. Okay, Peter Schrager, you're doing your big one right now. I know. They have Kobe Parkinson, who this is a team that runs a lot of 12 personnel, 13 personnel. They love to use their tight ends. Last year, they had drafted Terrence Ferguson in round 2, and I was thinking he was going to be really good for them. I mean, he was really good for them in Oregon. So, I mean, hey, adding a big, like, not a big guy, but like, you know, an athletic freak like Kenyon Sadiq on that tight end 12 personnel group could be dangerous, considering it makes sense because Kenyon Sadiq is a good run blocker. And I think, I mean, if it can't be Makai Lemon, so he's saying, hey, let's add a tight end. They still keep Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams in there with 12 personnel. Just have Kenyon Sadiq in line and or in the slot, you know, one or the other. So it's pretty interesting. I've never seen a Kenyan Sadiq mock to the Rams before, but Peter Schrager, he knows his stuff, and that's where he got him going. Now, Vikings, Dylan Thieneman. This happens like pretty much in every mock draft. Pretty much. Yeah, the Vikings, they get their Harrison Smith replacement. Brian Flores, he gets his free safety. This guy's like he's like an outfielder back there, man. He knows his stuff. He can play coverage. He can move down and tackle at the line. He's a floor spacer for sure. I think he's a complete free safety for sure. And yeah, this makes more sense. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on that because that gets mocked a lot. And we get a trade with the Texans and the Panthers. The Panthers move their pick. They go back to pick 28 and get an extra, I believe, like a third rounder, a top third rounder. Pick 69 for pick 19. And Houston, they get Blake Miller, who is one of the best right tackles, and he's reliable. This guy, he has not missed a game. He's only missed one practice in his college career. In his 4 years that he's been there. So this is a good pick for the Texans because they need to protect CJ Stroud like immediately, man, because it's been really bad watching that Texans offense while their offensive line still has holes. I think this really helps them a lot. He's not gonna miss games for you. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But yeah, I think the goal is to keep CJ Stroud clean, and this is what Peter Schrager has Houston doing, which I respect a lot. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs, this is the trade they had with Dallas. They get pick 20 and they select Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. I like this. This guy is an extreme yak guy. You give him the ball, he's going to make guys miss. He leads in that category in this class. This does add another playmaker in the room, and who knows, Rashee Rice is on a contract year. I highly doubt it that they give Rashee Rice a second contract, especially with all the antics he's been dealing with. I don't think the Chiefs want to deal with that anymore. So this makes sense with Kansas City picking another receiver, and they're going to move on with him. And I think Omar Cooper, he means nothing but business, man. I mean, that coach over there in Indiana, man, Kurt Sidnetti, he's one of the best, man. And I know he plays no games. So Omar Cooper, I think he's going to be a very good pick. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, he got Monroe Freeling dropping to 21. And this makes sense. This makes sense. Considering Broderick Jones been dealing with an injury he has a neck injury right now he's dealing with. And he hasn't been really good for the Steelers at all. So they're expecting, hey, Monroe Freeling, he's got some upside, he got some good size. Makes sense to plug and play for the Steelers for the future. And it gives them just a refresh, man. And who knows, Aaron Rodgers will be back. I think he will. That's why he's waiting for the draft. Because what if the Steelers just, mess around and pick a quarterback in the first round or even in the second? Who knows? But until then, we're expecting Aaron Rodgers to be back. So they're going to go ahead and protect Aaron Rodgers. And Steelers, they have a lot of pick in the draft. So there might be rumors that they might even trade up and probably make a big splash in the draft. Who knows? Considering it's in Pittsburgh as well. So should be fun. Now, Chargers, Keldrick Falk from Auburn. Now, in my mock draft, I had Keldrick Falk going to the Chargers as well. So, considering they do need edge rusher depth in terms of losing Odafe Owe in free agency. Now, we know he isn't the best pass rusher, considering he only had 2 sacks last season. But this guy, he's got good traits, good size. He could really defend the run. And he's only 20 years old. Like, he's pretty young. So I think I don't think he's like a Shamar Stewart kind of guy, because I wasn't really high on Shamar Stewart because Shamar Stewart, he was just known as like an athletic freak. I think Keldrick Falk could actually play, and he's young, so he at least he's elite at something. He's elite at defending the run, which I'll back up. But if he could somehow develop pass rush moves, being able to get to the QB, then he could be scary. Now the Eagles, they get a tackle, Max Iheanacho, from Arizona State. This guy, he just started playing football in 2022 because he moved from Nigeria when he was like 13, and he came and played basketball and soccer, I believe. And I believe Arizona State, they gave him an offer in like they liked his size and like, hey, come play football with us. And apparently he was really good. He didn't allow any sacks at Arizona State. So this is a big upside pick for the Eagles, considering Lane Johnson will be gone as well. Well, he won't be gone, but you know, he's getting old. He's 36. It kind of just amazes me, like guys like Trent Williams, who's gonna be 39 still in the league. So, but Lane Johnson, he's been just dealing with injuries, you know. So you kind of notice he's been taking a toll. But yeah, they go ahead and they want to try to revamp their offensive line to what it was before. So it makes sense. Now Denzel Boston going to the Cleveland Browns at 24. After selecting Spencer Fano with the 6th pick, right? So they choose a playmaker in Denzel Boston. I mean, this guy, he's a big X. He's 6'4". He's got really good hands in terms of like analytics. His hands are really reliable. But the question is, can he separate? Can he separate? I mean, in man coverage, I've seen him separate on one-on-ones. Like, it's happened before, but it's in terms of, again, zone coverage, where the league plays an average of 70% in zone. So that's going to be a big if. Now, comparisons I've been seeing from him would be Michael Pittman Jr. If he could be that Michael Pittman Jr. role, that would be big for him, because I really do like Michael Pittman, and Michael Pittman made some crazy catches in his NFL career. And I feel like Denzel Boston, he could do the same. He had a rough combine, I remember watching, but hey man, everyone has rough combines sometimes. But we see what he does on the football field, and you know, it's promising. And to be honest, I do like Casey Concepcion over Denzel Boston, which I'm pretty surprised that he hasn't got picked yet. But Peter Schrager, I believe he thinks Denzel Boston will go before Casey Concepcion, so something to be on the lookout for, right? Now for my Chicago Bears, he selects TJ Parker from Clemson. I really like TJ Parker. Now this is one of the guys that I wouldn't mind going to my team, because I like his size. I like his ability to stop the run as well. His pass rushing is good as well. Like, he could do it on both ends, man. I've seen it, and I would love to get any defensive line, man. It could be either Peter Woods, TJ Parker, Kaden McDonald, any of those 3 guys I'm really comfortable with, man. I would really like those. But yeah, that I do like TJ Parker. He's had some good production in 2024. Clemson season went down in 2025, but what can you do? That team just didn't live up to expectations. Now, another Clemson guy, Peter Woods, I was talking about, goes to the Buffalo Bills. It's really good because Buffalo, they were really bad against the run last season. They averaged 5 yards on the ground. And yeah, Peter Woods, you plug and play him. I think he has some good upside, man. Playing the 3 tech. He was projected to be a top 10 pick, even top 5 before the season started. Like, that's how highly he was thought of. But after a down season as well, he dipped. So he falls all the way to the Bills. And yeah, they go ahead and find their long-term defensive tackle who could really help them on that side of the field. Now, we have Caleb Lomu going to the Niners at 27. Now, this guy's a left tackle out of Utah. And considering Trent Williams, he got extended for 2 more years. But they think getting a guy like Caleb Lomu for insurance, I believe, it would help. So, I mean, hey, I respect it. Caleb Lomu to the Niners. I think that's really what it is. It's just insurance. And if Trent Williams, something happens to him, you know? So, we'll keep it short and simple there. Now, Carolina, okay. They traded with Houston, considering Houston traded all the way up. And, you know, they drafted Blake Miller. We have Casey Concepcion to the Panthers, right? Now, Casey Concepcion, another playmaker. I mean, damn, tag along with Tedero and McMillan. I would really like that offense. That offense intrigues me, man. Now, they have had some misses, especially with Xavier Legette. Jalen Coker, he was like undrafted, I believe, and he's actually been really good. So they're saying, given another playmaker, it would be a crowded room. It really would. So fantasy production wise, I don't know what would happen to Casey Concepcion considering if he goes to the Panthers, because yeah, Bryce Young, he hasn't thrown that high of volume in the passing game as of lately. But you know, Casey, really good player, could really get open, elite route runner. Yeah, man, I think it would be some firepower. I would just hope like Carolina builds on the defensive side, possibly. It would make sense too, but I do like their pick for Casey though. And Dallas, who they traded back with Kansas City. Yeah, because they traded up for Mansour Delane. They get Malachi Lawrence, who's been getting a lot of first round buzz. A lot of teams been liking some Malachi Lawrence, the edge from UCF. He's risen over the board over the last 2 months, and he's saying he wouldn't be surprised that Malachi Lawrence gets drafted in the first round. So if Peter Schrager's saying it, I believe it's gonna happen. It probably will. So Dallas, they go ahead and add on to that defensive front, which they really need, and it makes so much sense for them. Now, Miami Dolphins. Okay, so he does have Jermon McCoy going in the first round, but at pick 30 to Tennessee, they're saying Dolphins take a big swing, considering they traded for this pick because they traded away Jalen Waddle. So it's literally Jermon McCoy here, and the knee concerns are real, he says. And considering the Dolphins have 11 picks in the draft, they're saying the Dolphins just take a big swing at Jermon McCoy. I mean, their first pick, I believe they took, Francis Mauigoa. So they go ahead and take a swing at Jermon McCoy, who's going through another surgery apparently. But yeah, when McCoy, if you watch him in 2024, he looked really good. So they're banking on that same 2024 Jermon McCoy. And we ought to see how his future pans out, man. Because this kind of reminds me of the Will Johnson situation, where he was dealing with his knee issues and his knee cartilage, and he dropped all the way to pick like 47 to the Cardinals. He did miss some games for the Cardinals his rookie year as well, and we'll see if that's like a long-term issue, man, because he was one of the best corners in college, same as Jermon McCoy. That's kind of the route I'm thinking he's going. Now Zion Young, he will be going to New England. Now he says they dip in on the edge rusher side, considering they lost Chazen and free agency, and I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So it would either be that, or it would be like offensive line, which it looked like a glaring need, but I don't know what other offensive linemen they would go out there and get, because all of the good ones are pretty much off the board as of right now. So yeah, they go ahead, unless they trade up for one. But yeah, that's for another convo. Zion Young, he has been getting first round buzz a lot too. Peter Schrager believes he could be a first round pick, and it makes sense. And then here we have it. Arizona Cardinals trade up with the Seahawks. Now the Seahawks, they have said that they will probably trade out of this pick, considering they only have 4 picks going into the NFL draft. And they're going to move back 2 spots and get an extra 183. So the Cardinals could get that 5th-year option. I guess it looks like to be unanimous that the Cardinals love Ty Simpson, and they're going to draft him on draft night, because I don't see any other team getting mocked to him. So I guess it's meant to be for the Cardinals, right? So the Cardinals, they go ahead and get that 5th-year option for Ty Simpson. And that will be the end of the Peter Schrager mock draft. So let me know, do you think any of this will happen on draft day? I believe Peter Schrager will be right at some times, man. I mean, it's happened before, and he knows the stuff. But in terms of my favorite team picking, like TJ Parker, I like it. I really do like that. I wouldn't mind that happening on draft night, but well, we ought to see, man. Draft day is tomorrow, and this is gonna get exciting, man. So, hey, I'll see you guys on draft day. You guys will see my reaction on Twitch if you want. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.